Hey guys, we're back here for the part 2 review of WCW Monday Nitro from September 4th, 2000. We were somewhere with we had Team Canada with Major Guns in a pool, and the Misfits in action were watching, making sure that Major Guns didn't get harmed. Lance Storm threw the one announcer into the pool, and then Misfits in action came through. They jumped on Elix Skipper and they threw him in, which was pretty cool. And then they threw Lance in as well, who took a really great bump. I like that. And I was just a complete melee, and I thought it was fun. I always like stuff with pools. I don't know why. I think it's funny. All right. Russo said this was the new. This was Natural Born Thrillers' last chance, and he signed Natural Born Thrillers versus Vito. Arn Anderson got interviewed by Pamela Paulshock, and he said he was going to support David Flair's wedding to Miss Hancock, aka Stacy Keibler. Then went to Big Vito versus the Natural Born Thrillers. Him and the Natural Born Thrillers kind of exchanged things for a while, and they called him fat, and he kind of agreed, which was weird. And then they just beat the Pop Tarts out of Vito. Jindrak did a pretty cool Asai moonsault, and O'Hara did a really nice Swanton bomb as well. And Mike Sanders ended up getting the pin on Vito, and it was all squash. The funny part here was Sanders said it would be a 5-on-1 match, but there were 6 of them there, so it ended up being 6-on-1. So Mike Sanders cannot count. We then had the faces for tonight, which was Kronik, Booker T, and Sting, and they were talking about Wargames, and they were saying how much they wanted to get Russo tonight. All right, everyone. Now we're going to the main event, Wargames 2000. It's supposed to be one-on-one, with 2-minute intervals, classic Wargame style, and with one person coming through each 2 minutes. That never happened, even though that was the rules, so whatever. Sting and Jarrett start off. They were kind of boring, and then Steiner came out, and they 2-on-1 Sting and beat him up with a ladder. Kronik came out, and they broke the rules by coming out together, and Scott Steiner, who was wearing a nose guard, went up to the second cage. He got some bolt cutters, and Tony said, "What could be more frightening than Scott Steiner with bolt cutters?" Good call there. That's not someone who should ever be anywhere close to bolt cutters. We had some fighting on top of the cage with Kronik beating up Scott Steiner, which they kind of didn't really show because it's hard to film this stuff. And the Harris brothers then came out with Vince Russo. So we had 3 people come in instead of the 1. So we've broken that rule twice now. We got a hardcore brawl mostly. A lot of hitting each other with trash cans and ladder shots and the usual. And Sting beat up Russo and he put him in the Scorpion Deathlock. Kevin Nash then came out, and him and Russo teased dissension. Of course, we have to do that. And Sting was all laid out, so we had that going on. Somehow, I don't know how they did this, but Kronik and the Harris brothers teleported to the outside, and they were now fighting in the stands. Go figure. Madden asked if they were eliminated, and I don't know. Beats me. We had Kevin Nash threatening everybody until Booker T and Goldberg came in. They kind of cleaned house and gave the faces the advantage again, but this is WCW, and the faces have to look like complete idiots at all times. Goldberg then got handcuffed to the ring, so there he goes. And we had more fighting on the second cage with the faces and Steiner, and Booker T went up to the third cage to try and grab the belt. Now, I didn't explain this here, so that's my bad. But in order to win this match, you have to get the belt, then you have to bring it down all the way, I guess, through the 3 cages and walk out the door with it. So even though Booker got the belt, he didn't really win anything. So he climbed on, and then he got beaten up by Steiner and Jeff Jarrett, and they also handcuffed Sting to the cage, because the faces gotta look stupid. And so Sting was there helpless. And for some reason, Scott Steiner dropped the belt down to the first ring through the little hatch door. And Russo had the title and he was all parading. Then the Cat came in. The Cat came in, like, karate kicked him. But the problem was Russo was wearing a hockey helmet. So, a barefoot karate kick on a hockey helmet probably should hurt the person kicking more. At least I know it would for me. I would not want to kick one of those things. So, yeah. Cat probably got injured from this, which wouldn't shock me. Cat then got absolutely nuked with a power bomb. Scott Steiner kind of walked in the way, but it looked pretty good. And then Goldberg did this awesome spot. He was still handcuffed to the ring, and he snapped out of it real quick, and he broke the handcuffs. Then he super kicked Kevin Nash right in the face. It was a super cool spot, and the crowd was totally into it, and I really love that. Goldberg looks so beastly here. And then this had to happen. Bret Hart suddenly appeared out the door as Goldberg grabbed the title belt, and he slammed the door in Goldberg's face, knocking him down. We then had Kevin Nash and Russo hug as all the faces were happy that they had all the heels were happy that they had a 4-on-1, and they destroyed Goldberg quickly. And Kevin Nash and Russo made up. Then they made a joke about getting out of the ring, and then they celebrated with the title. So yes, they swerved us, even though no one was really stupid enough to believe that Kevin Nash and Russo hated each other for no apparent reason whatsoever, especially since this had been done the week before with another member of that clique. So yeah, the finishing swerve was really stupid. I can't really call it a swerve because I saw it coming, so it wasn't really a swerve. Of course, all the faces look like fools, as always, has been going back for years in WCW. And the match didn't really make that much sense. It was interesting and all, but you had Kronik and the Harris brothers teleporting outside the ring. You had people coming in, 3 at a time instead of the one that they're supposed to. And just to pull off the swerve, the heels would have had to done like lots of predicting the future and all kinds of stupid stuff that wouldn't make any sense, no matter how you try to think about it. Like, I think you would have to write a 3-page paper to explain how this would make any sense. And the more you think about it, the stupider you'll think it is. So yeah, I mean the match wasn't good at all. I mean, there's too many people in the ring and too small of an area. It was interesting, because you wanted to see what happened, but it wasn't very good, and just a lot of weapon shots and WWF Attitude Era hardcore brawling, so you didn't miss too much. I felt really bad for Goldberg here because he looked cool and everyone loved him. He was super over, probably more over than anyone today, and they had to make him look like an idiot, and they had to make him lose, of course. I think any ending but the swerve would have been okay, I guess. Especially if it was a face. Like, I could have tolerated a Booker T win or something, but Nash winning this really didn't accomplish anything, and it was a waste of time. Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't that great. It was interesting because it's a triple cage, and we haven't really seen that many times, but it just didn't really work, and, it wasn't that great. If they would have just got rid of all the swerves and stupid storylines, it would have been much better. Alright, so the overall thoughts on this one. I didn't love anything here, but I did like the Goldberg-Douglas match, and the pool fight was fun. I always like stuff with pools. I don't know why. And the whole angle with Kevin Nash and Russo fighting was stupid, as I mentioned multiple times. And the commentary was awful. Mark Madden was horrible. Tony Schiavone didn't care. And Jerry Borash was trying, but when you have two people bringing you down, it doesn't help. There was tons of stuff happening here for no reason, and the more you try to think about the swerve, the less sense it makes. Goldberg was probably the highlight here, and I did like the pool fight. That was kind of fun. One other thing was all the stables look really stupid. 3 Count looked like stupid. It looked stupid. Dark Carnival looked stupid. The Natural Born Thrillers look stupid. And I'm sure someone else looks stupid too. Team Canada didn't, so I guess that's a win there, but whatever. Like I said, can't really recommend this show. Longer you think about it, the less sense it makes, and it wouldn't have been too bad if they would have just got rid of the stupid swerve storyline, but this is Vince Russo, and that's never going to happen. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Might see more from me, might not, don't really know, but we'll see what happens. Alright, this is Rob from ProWrestleBlog signing out. www.prowrestleblog.blogspot.com. If you want to see pictures and GIFs from the show along with some quotes, just come check out the website and the review.